Kimberly Crawford here for My Favorite Things Stamps, and today I want to show you how to recreate this fantastic gift ensemble made by Julia Stainton. And this gift ensemble was inspired by Soda Pop, die-namics Soda Pop, and die-namics bottle caps. I think this is a fantastic gift idea, and I was thinking that it's back to school time and I'd really like to give something to my son's teacher. So I'm going to recreate this and put my own little bit of spin on it. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the card today, and what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with all these great die cut elements that Julia's created just using dies that she had in her stash. And that's one of my favorite things to do when I'm going to make a gift. Take all this fantastic product that I have and use it. So she's layered some of these images and pattern papers together. And one thing I want to point out, Julia's signature style is vintage, and I love the look of things that look vintage and shabby. And one of the ways that she achieves that look is by using ink on the edges to add some distressing. And so I like to use natural ink, and then I use my mini ink applicator and foam applicator to add ink to the edges of all my things. And I really like the way it looks, and it looks vintage. So I want to keep assembling some of my pieces here, and I'm just totally copying what she did because her card is so gorgeous. Nice part about this vellum here is normally you're going to see adhesive coming through, but because of the way we're going to layer some things, we won't be able to see that. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some adhesive right on that. I've cut some of the plaid pattern paper here with one of the bottles from die-namics Soda Pop. And one of the details in die-namics is this fantastic straw. So I'm going to take my fine line glue bottle, and I am going to run a little bit of glue just right up the edge of the straw. Just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to place the bottle over it. And the reason I'm doing it this way is I want to be able to see exactly where how much the straw is going to be sticking out. And now look at how cute this is, ready to be attached to my card. And putting it here will also cover up my little bit of adhesive. I took pink lemonade cardstock and die cut it with these label shapes. But what I loved that Julia did is she took the sentiments from Soda Pop and she stamped them in two different colors. I never think to do that. I always think just black and plain and boring. But I love the way that these colors look on a color cardstock, and I have to remember to do that. I kind of want these to stick out a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some foam adhesive, and these are just some foam squares, but you could cut up some foam tape if you have it and use that to add a little bit of depth to the back. And they have little backings on them, so once you've stuck them down, you can peel the backings away. And I changed my sentiment to say popping by to say thank you, because I want to give this to Ethan's teacher as a thank you. And I think this was just a great sentiment. That's what I like about Soda Pop, is the sentiments you can mix and match and create the ensemble that you want. I love the buttons that she added, so I think I'm going to add a couple buttons here. And I just put some glue dots to the back there. And I think I'm going to put mine maybe here. And one of the things I liked is she took some twine and added this to the card, and I really liked the look of it. And what she did is she took two pieces of twine and layered them together to make a double bow, and I really like that look. So I think what I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue, and actually let's put it right to the bow. That way I can figure out where I want this to sit, and I want this to sit about right here. And I'm going to hold it in place for just a moment to get it to stick. And then I'm going to cover it with this button right here. So I've changed my card just a little bit. Oh, and I needed to hold that down a little bit longer. I've changed my card up just a little bit from what Julia did, and that's okay. That's what I love about all the design team and all their projects, is they inspire me to create and use projects that I need for what's going on in my world right now. So the next part of Julia's ensemble was this adorable altered bottle. And what I did is I went and I bought some bottles of root beer, and I thought they'd be really cute to add some decorations to. So what she did is she took some of the pattern paper and wrapped it around the bottle. Now mine is not going to fit all the way around, so what I would do is I would cut 2 pieces to make sure that it gets all the way around. On the back of my paper, I've put a whole bunch of score pal tape because this is really heavy duty tape, and I think that that is going to hold it very nicely up against the bottle. You could also use a hot glue gun for this if you would like to, but I really think the score pal tape is going to work well. Make sure that your bottle isn't cold because the condensation will make it difficult to adhere things to the bottle. So I'm going to place it on here and smooth it out and wrap it around. So now I have this really cute wrap around this bottle, and I'm just going to continue to push the adhesive on all the edges to make sure that it's in there. Then for the front, took and cut a pinking circle here and then layered a circle inside. And here's what I like about Soda Pop. The sentiments can be layered. So this So Delighted, where did it go? I've got it right here. So Delighted right here. And then you could put So Delighted You're My Teacher, So Delighted You're My Friend. I like that you've got a couple of options there. So I switched it to teacher because I thought, well, this is going to be a perfect gift for my son's teacher. And I also like that she stamped it with 2 different colors. She also added a really nice girly touch, which I love. She used the flowers from Buildable Blooms, and she stamped those around the tag, which that was really great. Because this is going to sit on a rounded bottle, I'm really going to recommend that you kind of round this tag out so that it's going to round around the edge of the bottle. And one more thing, I want to make sure that I continue this same look. I want to make sure that I'm inking with my natural ink and my ink blender all the edges. So I've inked the inside circle and I've inked my pattern paper. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. And I'm going to put a lot of adhesive on the back because I really want to make sure that this stays. And I'm going to round it to make sure it fits on the bottle. And there we go. And I'm going to push that down and keep that pushed there. And if you're finding that this isn't sticking, and mine is probably not going to, I'm going to recommend that you use the score tape even on this label because I can definitely see that that needs to happen. One last touch that she did, and I really liked it, is she tied twine around the bottle. I'm going to tip it up so I can do this. And I'm just going to wrap my twine around and around just a few more times until I can come back and tie a little bow. And you can laugh at how I tie my bows, but it works really well. I make 2 rabbit ears and cross them over, and I find it gives me a little bit more control because then I can adjust the ends. And there we go. Now we have an adorable altered bottle. That'd be perfect. I think this in a 6-pack of root beer bottles would be so adorable. The other bottle she had in there was filled with treats and candies. And I think if you had some clear bottles laying around, like the Frappuccino bottles from like Starbucks, those would be really great for a treat. So here we go. Cute altered bottle. One more cute detail on this bottle that I totally want to mention is for die-namics bottle cap, they have the insides and outsides of bottle caps. And then Soda Pop has coordinating stamps, and they fit on the bottle top. What a cute little extra thing to add on. So I die cut this from Pink Lemonade cardstock and stamped it with a star image in Wild Cherry ink. And then I just put a little glue spot on the back. And now I can add the perfect topper to finish off my gift bottle. Okay, that brings us to the last part of the gift ensemble, which is the gift bag. And on my gift bag, I'm definitely going to put chocolate because all teachers love chocolate. It will be a very welcome gift. On Julia's gift bag, she stenciled ink. I never thought to stencil onto my plain gift bags. It's brilliant. Such a great idea. Now, Julia used abstract stencil, but I'm going to use Starry Night because I really like the idea of using stars, and I know that his teacher loves stars. And that's really important when you're making a gift like this. You want to think about the person that you're giving it to, and you want to make it personal to them. I'm going to take one of my my mini ink blending tool and my ink applicators, and I'm going to ink right through this stencil. I have, oop, and it slid just a little, and that's a good point to bring up. I have washi taped my stencil down to my surface so that it stays in place while I am inking. I get a little wild and crazy with my inking. I get a little too excited. All right, so I started with my orange fizz, and then what Julia did is she layered her ink colors to get a different color. How clever is that? She is so brilliant. Here we go. I'm going to go over the top with pink lemonade. All right, so there we go. Let's pick up our stencil. How cool is that? I love this. I love the way this turned out. Now make sure after a little bit here that you wipe your stencil off. Okay, and take care of that, but I'm going to set that aside for now. The other part I want to talk to you about this bag is this really cute tag that she used to hang from the bag. She layered some cardstock together with standard tags or traditional tag stacks here, and I've inked the edges, added a little bit of lace, and now I'm going to add a last few more elements, but I want to make sure that I'm consistently inking all my edges. So you can see I'm real careful about that, but I'm just adding that little bit of distressing with my natural ink again. And let's layer up our tag. Set this a little bit right there. And this cute soda bottle from die-namics soda. And I added an accent like Julia did for the center. That's also a die from using some of the pattern paper, the same pattern paper that I used on the bottle and the same pattern paper that was used on the bottle over here. Pretty great. I'm going to add a button, and I put a glue dot on the back of that again. And then I'm going to add one little more sentiment. And this time I am going to use a little bit of black ink to make it stand out. This is from Soda Pop, and this one says, "You're a classic." Now make sure that you have your ink covering on your image. And then go ahead, and I'm going to stamp that right there. You're a classic. I love it. And now I'm going to tie it to my gift bag. I took some twine, and I cut 2 pieces of it because I wanted a double bow, just like we did on the card. I'm going to tie my tag around. You can see how I looped it. And I'm going to tie funny again. I'm going to make my 2 rabbit ears, cross them over, and tie them. All right, and pull the ends and get them the way I want. And there we go. So now we have this fantastic customized gift ensemble, all inspired by Julia and her great project. There you go. Have fun using things in your stash and thinking about the person that you're creating for, and have fun making them a gift.